Hello, everybody. Well, I hope that you have got lovely weather where you are. But today for me, it's very cloudy, it's a little bit rainy, and it's quite cold. Now, I thought that we would continue with learning about where water comes from. And last week we talked about rain, but that isn't the only way that water comes, because water falls from the sky in other ways too. And in winter time, especially, it often falls as snowflakes. And another way that water falls, and this can happen in summertime as well as wintertime, it falls as little ice balls, and they are called hailstones. And in our country, hailstones are usually quite little. They're just about the size of a raindrop, just a little tiny ball. But in other countries, they can become really big, like about this big, and they can cause a lot of damage. You can imagine if that falls on your car or on your roof, if you've got a roof that's made out of metal, it's going to make a big dent. So we're lucky it only falls as little tiny balls. So that's hailstones. And then also, when it's very cold, any moisture that's in the air can look like frost. So if you see frost, that is also frozen water. And then another thing that happens to water when it's very cold is it turns into ice. Yes, that's right. And so we're going to do some songs about all those different ways that we see water. But the first one we're going to do today is about rain, because we all know about rain. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed and bumped his head and didn't get up till the morning. Oh dear, poor old man. Now, can you make the sound of the raindrops? Because, I'm doing my nails just on my desk, and it's making a very, very spitty, spotty, rainy sort of sound. Now, I'm just looking on my desk to see if there's something I could use, and I can see I've got a little box like this, and it's plastic, you can see. And actually, this one has got sewing things inside it, but it could just be an empty old yogurt pot, as long as it's got a lid. And I'm going to get something to hit it with. I'm going to get a pencil. So here is my pencil, and I'm going to strike the top of my little box. And that sounds like rain, doesn't it? So I want you to find something that you can make a rainy noise with. It's raining, it's pouring. Oh, I make it get quicker now because it's pouring. The old man is snoring. He went to bed and bumped his head and didn't get up till the morning. Oh dear, I think that's very sad. Do you think he bumped his head on his bedstead? Oh, I hope he didn't hurt his head. Maybe he just went, oh, I think I'm going to lie down and go to sleep now, and when I wake up in the morning, it won't be sore. I hope that's what happened. Now, another thing we're going to do today is sing about some ice. So, when you've got icicles, they're very still and stiff, aren't they? But when the sun comes, the sun warms them up. And what happens to the ice when it gets warm? It starts to drip. So I'm going to use my little plastic box and my pencil again, and I'm going to make a drip noise like this. And then I want you to fall down when we go smash or crash, because the icicle is going to fall down on the floor. So you're going to start off the song by standing very still and tall, just like an icicle. Because remember, an icicle can't move around. No, because it's made of ice, so it's really solid and hard. 5 long icicles hanging on the wall. 5 long icicles hanging on the wall. And when the sun begins to shine, one melts and starts to fall. Drip, 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 crash! Now we had 5, but 1 has fallen. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 long icicles hanging on the wall. 4 long icicles hanging on the wall. And when the sun begins to shine, one melts and starts to fall. Drip, 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 crash! Now we had 4, but 1 fell. So how many have we got now? 1, 2, 3. 3 long icicles hanging on the wall. 3 long icicles hanging on the wall. And when the sun begins to shine, one melts and starts to fall. Drip, 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 crash! Now we had 3, but 1 fell down. So how many have we got left? 1, 2. 2 long icicles hanging on the wall. 2 long icicles hanging on the wall. And when the sun begins to shine, one melts and starts to fall. Drip, 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 crash! Now we had 2, but 1 fell down. So how many have we got left? Just 1. 1 long icicle hanging on the wall. 1 long icicle hanging on the wall. And when the sun begins to shine, one melts and starts to fall. Drip, 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 crash! Now there are no long icicles hanging on the wall. They're all puddles on the floor now, aren't they? Now, did you notice with that song that my drips got louder and louder and louder? So that when we did that crash, it was really loud. Because if you think about it, when something's melting, it's going to start slowly and quietly. And then it's going to get louder and faster until eventually the icicle wibbles and wobbles and smashes onto the floor. So I hope you have lots of fun doing that song. Now, the next thing we're going to do is about a little snowflake. Now, we've never done this song before, but you do know the tune. It's the same tune as, let me just have a look at it. Oh, I can't remember what the same tune is, but it goes like this. I'm a little snowflake, small and white. It's the same as I'm a little teapot. Silly me. Okay, let's start again. I'm a little snowflake, small and white. When the moon is shining, I'm sparkly and bright. When you see me falling, come out and play. You can make a snowman with me today. So it's the tune of I'm a Little Teapot, and we're going to start very quietly. I'm a little snowflake, small and white. When the moon is shining, I'm sparkly and bright. When you see me falling, come out and play. You can make a snowman with me today. So probably when you're singing this song, it's going to be so sunny and it'll be really strange to sing about snowmen and snowflakes. But in another part of the world, it might not be sunny and it might be winter time. Because remember, when it's summertime in our part of the world, we're in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, it's the winter time. And so there will be snow falling. So you might have a cousin or a friend who lives in a country on the other side of the world where it's going into winter time, where it might be snowing, even though it's June. So let us think about a snowy, oh no, we're not going to do another snowy song. We're going to do a frosty song about Jack Frost. Now, I'm going to sing this song, but I have to look at the words because we haven't done this one before. Look out, Jack Frost is about. He's after our fingers and toes. And all through the night, that jolly wee sprite is working when nobody knows. He'll climb every tree, so nimble is he. His silvery powder he'll shake. To windows he'll creep, and while we're asleep, such wonderful pictures he'll make. Across the grass he'll merrily pass, and change all its greenness to white. Then home he will go, and laugh, ho, ho, ho. What fun I have had in the night. Because Frost isn't there during the daytime because the sun would burn it off. But when it gets to the evening time and when it's night time, the coldness, the dampness in the air is turned into frost. So you see the grass has, instead of the dew being on it, the dew is turned to frost. On your window or on your windshield of your car on a cold day, you'll see a crazy frosty pattern. And that's the dampness in the air that has been turned to frost. Now, I'm going to read you a little poem today from one of my favourite characters. It's Christopher Robin, and Christopher Robin's best friend is Winnie the Pooh, and Winnie the Pooh is my favourite bear. I can't say that too loud when my other teddy is here, but I'm telling you that. So this is a book, and it's called The Christopher Robin Verse Book, and it's been written by A. Milne, who wrote the stories of Winnie the Pooh. And Christopher Robin was Winnie the Pooh's friend, and he also looked after Winnie the Pooh. And this little story is called Happiness. John had great big waterproof boots on. John had a great big waterproof hat. John had a great big waterproof mackintosh. And that, said John, is that. Now look, can you see? There's John, and he's wearing, now they call them waterproof boots because this is a very old story, but we would call those welly boots, wouldn't we? And this is a mackintosh. It means that it's a waterproof coat. It might be made out of plastic nowadays, but back in these days it would have been oiled or waxed. So it would have been material with oil or wax on it that the water can't go into. So it keeps you waterproof. And there is his waterproof hat that nowadays we would have it made out of plastic. But then John's waterproof hat was made of oilskin. And look, can you see John is all dressed up in his things because he's gone to the farm with the ducks and the ducks are in the water. So maybe he's going to splash in his welly boots in the pond. Do you think so? So it's not a story about snow or ice, because I thought it would be fun to show you a little boy all dressed up in his waterproof clothes. Anyway, so that's it for today. I hope you have a really good week, and I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye.